WRC Generations is the end of an era. After making WRC games for 7 years, this year's title is KT Racing's last installment in the WRC series before the license switches to Codemasters from next year onwards. The series has made tremendous strides forward under KT Racing's tenure. Since WRC 5 rebooted the series in 2015, the graphics, driving physics, and stage designs have improved with each iteration. These incremental improvements have established the French studio as a leading rally game developer, and the WRC series is a formidable rival to Codemasters' Dirt Rally. So does WRC Generations bow out with a bang or a whimper? I'm Mark from RacingGames, and here's our review of WRC Generations. As well as the official game of the 2022 WRC Championship, WRC Generations serves as a greatest hit compilation of the last 6 WRC games to celebrate KT Racing's achievements. With 85 cars and 165 stages spread across 21 countries, it's a gigantic package, making WRC Generations the biggest WRC game ever by a considerable margin. Of these stages, New Zealand returns to WRC for the first time since 2012. With fast-flowing gravel stages, stunning scenic views, and sheer cliff drops, it's one of the most exhilarating rallies on the calendar. Rally Sweden is also redesigned, with 6 new treacherous snow stages after the rally relocated to Umeå this year. Some stages from older WRC games have also been upgraded, with Corsica last seen 3 years ago in WRC 8 being completely remodelled, benefiting from overhauled visuals and more accurate stage designs. Not every location from past WRC games makes the cut though, with Australia, Poland and China missing out. Powering every WRC game since WRC 5, the in-house KT engine is also starting to show its age. Being a cross-generational game, the graphics don't really push the PS5 to its limits, but the game does still look good regardless. Stage designs are excellent as ever, with natural-looking lighting and detailed trackside scenery. Crucially, for a game that requires lightning-fast reaction times, performance is rock solid on the PS5, whether you opt for graphics or performance mode. Performance mode runs at 2K resolution and 60 FPS, while graphics mode increases the resolution to 4K but reduces the frame rate to 30 FPS. There is some texture pop-in and a slight drop in graphical fidelity in performance mode, but the trade-off is worth it when the game runs at a consistent 60 FPS. If you've played any of the recent WRC games, the career mode will instantly feel familiar. Everything from adding events to your calendar to the HQ interface, hiring and managing crew, and skill trees is identical to WRC 10. Frustratingly, you still can't skip straight to the top tier WRC class. You can still take the top WRC cars for a spin on a single stage in quick play mode, but you can't compete in a full rally until you unlock the WRC class in career or season mode. Ranking up does give a sense of progression, but returning players may find being forced to drive the slower WRC Junior and WRC 2 cars a slog. When you do reach the WRC class, it is worth the wait. While it's the end of an era for the WRC games, it's the start of a new era in the real-life championship. New regulations in the 2022 WRC Championship introduced hybrid powertrains for the first time in the new top-tier Rally 1 class. An electric motor generates an extra 100 kilowatts, boosting the power output to around 500 horsepower in short bursts. The extra power is immediately noticeable as the electric boost rockets you off the starting line with neck-snapping acceleration. This, combined with snappy steering, makes the Rally 1 cars feel fantastic to drive, but they are challenging to control at high speed. Managing the extra power effectively requires careful throttle management to prevent wheel spin, and the extra weight of the battery makes the Rally 1 cars feel noticeably heavier. Before you start a stage, you can choose between one of 3 engine maps that control the electrical boost. There's an element of strategy here, as each map suits different stages better. The default map 1 delivers maximum power but for the shortest time. This boost helps you maintain speed after exiting tight turns. Conversely, map 3 delivers less power but for a longer time, and is suitable for stages with lots of high-speed straights and low-grip surfaces like snow and gravel. Map 2, however, offers the nice balance between the two. WRC Generations feels great on a wheel. On tarmac, you can feel the grip at your fingertips, but switch to a gravel or snow stage and the lightness of the car is surprising. WRC Generations is best enjoyed with a full rig setup, handbrake and shifter, but even if you only have a wheel and pedals, there is still a lot of fun to be had here. Nothing quite matches the challenge of rallying, and WRC Generations really brings that to life for wheel racers. If you don't have a wheel, however, WRC Generations is still a satisfying experience on controller. You can still feel the weight transfer and the sense of weight and momentum feels more refined. WRC Generations also boasts some of the best DualSense controller implementations outside of Gran Turismo 7, with tactile haptic feedback enabling you to feel surface changes, tyres losing grip, and brakes locking up through the controller. Before we move on, have you subscribed to RacingGames yet? Just one click and you're on the RacingGames grid. Oh, and hit that notification bell too so you never miss an upload. Alright, on with the video. Navigating narrow roads at insane speeds while brushing past trees, rocks and fences with inches to spare, rallying is an adrenaline rush like no other. In these intense moments, WRC Generations perfectly captures this thrilling sense of danger, but this also means it's brutally unforgiving for casual players. This is a fundamental problem with rally games, and while applying assists like traction control do make the cars easier to drive, optional rewinds would help newcomers learn from their mistakes better. It would also remove the frustration of slamming into a tree in one of the game's punishing 20-minute long stages right before the finish line. Celebrating the WRC's 50th anniversary, WRC 10 contained a vast collection of historic cars. WRC Generations builds on this. There are 37 legendary cars in total, with new additions including the 1979 Ford Escort Mark II, 1980 Fiat 131 Abarth, and 2002 Peugeot 206 WRC, although this is only available as a pre-order bonus. As you would expect, the difference in handling and braking distances between the Classic and Rally 1 cars is stark. It's a comprehensive collection, with every championship-winning car in WRC's 50-year history represented, as well as cars from the notorious Group B era, such as the 1984 Audi Sport Quattro. That said, a few historically important rally cars like the Ford Escort Cosworth and formidable Ford RS200 are missing, which is a bit of a shame. Along with the Rally 1 cars, another new addition in WRC Generations is the Leagues mode. This new multiplayer mode is divided into seasons, starting with a qualifying round that ranks your ability and matches you in a league of players with the same skill level. Each season is split into weeks, with points earned in daily and weekly events determining your position in the group leaderboard. At the end of each week, the top players advance to the next league for a chance to enter the Hall of Fame, whilst the bottom players move to the league below. In theory, leagues should engage players long after launch if it can generate a loyal player base, with the promotions and relegations providing a new and interesting incentive for returning players. For the sake of clarity, however, we will say this system wasn't available to try out at the time of review. Crossplay support is a welcome addition, enabling players to compete against each other and compare leaderboard times across PC, PlayStation, and Xbox for the first time in the series. WRC Generations isn't exactly a generational leap forward for the series, and the lower retail price reflects this, but with a generous wealth of content, hybrid cars that add a new challenge for experienced players, and an innovative leagues mode to keep players returning, WRC Generations is a glorious send-off for the series. It's everything a WRC fan could want in a rally game. KT Racing has set the bar extremely high with WRC Generations, and Codemasters' new WRC game will have a lot to live up to next year. Are you looking forward to WRC Generations? Will you be completing rally stages in record times, or do you think you'll end up wrapped around a tree? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to join in on the conversation. For now though, thanks for watching. I've been Mark from RacingGames, please like and subscribe for all things WRC Generations, and now I'm off to try and figure out how to retrieve my car from the bottom of a cliff.